Okie doke. So, this is Saints Row. I will give a countdown from... let's just do 5. 5 is a good number. Okie doke. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Here's our character. This is Saints Row. I hope you guys have fun. This is a game from 2006. An open world crime game, and in my opinion, it is very fun. It's not everyone's opinion, but in my opinion, it's very fun. We have this wonderful, wonderful player character right here. And we're going to start the game by getting the living daylights beaten out of us. Because it is faster. And this is a speedrun. And we're going to go fast. But essentially, so this is a game where you basically come up from a nobody to like a really fearsome gang. So what essentially that initial tutorial mission is, it's a canonization, like a little process that you have to go through before you can be officially like part of the gang. And then after you are then part of the gang, they send you on a mission to go clean up the area where the gang sort of resides, which is what we're doing now. You'll notice that when I went into the ammunition store, after I bought some ammo, I immediately shot the back wall of the shopkeeper, and that is because it gives me 2 wanted stars instantly, and that allows me to once you get 2 wanted stars, a police car will spawn in towards you. And that's really good for us because police cars are one of the fastest cars in the game. They've got one of the best accelerations in the game as well. And it's also, like I said, it's pretty readily available just because you can always get one as long as you've got 2 wanted stars. So there'll be a couple of times throughout the run where we're intentionally committing crimes just to get 2 wanted stars so that we can get a really fast car nice and easily. But cool. So we're still, like, the entire first section of the game is basically, you know, just a tutorial as to how the game works. We're gonna buy a knife and some grenades for a strat that's gonna come up in a second. But yeah, so this section is essentially just a tutorial, which is how the game works. If you take a look in the top right-hand corner, that you will see you'll see 3 bars. You'll see a red bar, which is my health, a yellow bar, which is my stamina, and then beneath that you've got a purple bar, which is my respect bar. This game differs in some ways, like another game, like if you were to compare it to GTA. To start a story mission, it costs 1 bar of respect. So to get respect, you have to do activities, which is what we're doing now. We are going to steal these ladies from a pimp and deliver them back to a pimp that is friendly with us. And that gives us respect. Just like the real world. Except not really, but... I'm going to have to try and manipulate my driving here so that he doesn't jump out the way. Enemy civilians in this game actually have pretty good AI in terms of... Oh, sorry. Hostile civilians, so like enemy gang members and pimps and cops, they have pretty good AI in terms of jumping out of the way of your vehicle. Normal civilians do not have that same AI. They're basically dumb as rocks. But if the game detects that you're going to run over a hostile AI, they will make them jump out of the way, and it's actually pretty good. It's pretty good detection. So we have to like sort of manipulate where we're driving. We have to manipulate where we're driving to make the game think that we're not going to run him over, and then sort of like instantly swerve into him to run him over quickly, because running him over is the quickest way to kill him. So you just saw there why I bought the grenades. It's for that strat there. Usually, to take over that base, we have to like go through the shop and do a firefight, but we don't need to do that if you can just throw a grenade over the wall, kill them instantly. They're gonna warp into my car, and we're gonna be introduced into another mechanic, which another mechanic which lets us get respect.
I ain't gonna lie to you. When we go in there, it's gonna be rough. Julius, you sure it's cool we take this kid instead of Johnny?
Troy, you worry too much. The kid'll be fine.
I do know the beginning of this game is a little bit a mile a minute. But it's about to slow down, I promise. So just there, you saw I tagged up the wall. That also gives us respect. Again, just like the real world. You go and graffiti your nearby walls. You will gain respect. That's how it works. But you'll see with this tag, we actually finally have enough respect to start a new story mission, which is going to be useful because this is essentially the mission that we're on now. You can see in the top left-hand corner, it's called Reclamation. This is essentially like the end of the tutorial, as it were. These like first couple of missions are just sort of introducing you to how the game is, how it works, you know, feeling it out, all that kind of thing. Again, there I have to like swerve out of the way. Ah, that's unfortunate. I have to like swerve out of the way to make the game think that I'm not going to run him over, and then actually I do run him over. Oh, dude, he blew up, but he didn't die. There you go.
The kid's a natural.
Cool. That's a lot of civilians. So what we're going to do right now is normally at the end of this mission, your police car gets taken away from you, or not necessarily your police car, but the car that you were in gets taken away from you. So what we're going to do is swap our car, and then that sort of like resets the game, resets the game's memory, and you can keep your car as long as you switch it during the mission. And I'm gonna drive poorly.
We did it, player. Saints Row's ours again. Don't think I'm finished with you yet, though. I'm holding a meeting at the church. Swing by when you can.
And that's the tutorial. 7 minutes for the tutorial. It's not too shabby. Cool. So now that respect bar that I gained earlier, you're going to see that when I accept this mission, after this cutscene, you'll see my respect bar goes back down. So that's the spending of respect to do the story missions. Now the game wants me here to get a car and follow the kidnapper, as it says at the bottom, but we don't actually have to do that. What we're going to do is we're just going to go to the destination that the kidnapper would drive to, and the cutscene trigger is actually already there in the game, so we don't need to follow the car kidnapper at all. But before we do that, we're going to stop off here to get some tattoos. As everybody knows, if you have more tattoos, you get more respect. Again, just like the real world. So this early game is pretty heavily rooted. It was rooted with the help of, or pretty much, I said with the help, it was basically entirely rooted by like a popular GTA rooter called Caster. He helped me out a lot in terms of like figuring out the best route for this game, the best like tags to get, the best missions to accept, and in which order. Shout outs to Caster TM, because really, like I said, it is just so helpful to have them help me with routing this. But so the early game route is like really quite strict in terms of like the respect that we gain, and like the. Oh, apparently, I cannot shoot this guy to save my life. I need to actually be careful there, because those enemies can really lay into you if I was to remain stationary for like even a small amount of time, the enemies can really light you up. and kill you quite quickly. Thankfully, that did not happen. So let's rescue these ladies, which spawns in some enemies, which we shall deal with thusly. Oh, one thing I should say as well. So this game is a 360 exclusive, Xbox 360 exclusive. Although I am playing it on, you can play it via backwards compatibility program. So I can play it. I'm currently playing it on the Series X, which is actually really, really helpful because the game lags really heavily on the base 360, and even the Xbox One experiences some lags with this game. This game was not optimized all that well in terms of like technical frame rate limitations, but we get the smoothest experience possible by playing on the Series X. But I do wish I feel like it's pretty criminal that obviously the marathon is shots fired, and I am I am not using a mouse and keyboard. That is, it feels criminal, let's be real. But sadly there is no mouse and keyboard option for this game as of yet. I say as of yet as if like there's ever a chance that they will port Saints Row 1 to PC. They won't. Pretty much guaranteed that they won't. But who knows? I can hold out hope. So that's these ladies rescued. All well and good. Now we can start the next mission, and you'll notice that again in the last mission as I was going through the mission I was picking up tags. I was picking up tags, which again lets me accept this mission. Roughly like 3 tags to get like one bar of respect, roughly. Oopsie daisy, it's not good driving. So I'm gonna try something risky. Here, I'm going to try a risky strat. Well, we'll see how it goes. But essentially, depending on how this guy drives, I might try a risky strat. So he got caught up there.
Leave me alone. Stay away from me.
So we might be safe. So my car is currently bombed. I've got a bomb on my car. I think we should be good here.
He's crazy.
Yeah, I think we're good. Cool, so I've got a bomb in my car, so I can't take too much damage. Thankfully,
Hey, slow down.
you can like have basically one big crash, which I just did there, and if you crash correctly, you slip under the lorry and he gets stuck on it.
Didn't go off, did it?
Means that you can slip on by.
Made it. Time to disappear.
Hey man, it's Gat. Now you think clearing out the road
And
is fun.
now we have the most interesting part of the run. I am going to call an emergency vehicle here.
Remain calm, sir. We're sending someone to help you.
I really hope that you guys and gals, I really hope that you like watching people run into ambulances. That is my sincerest hope. Because if you don't,
Hey, Lynn, meet me at the
you're
arena.
about to have a very bad
We gotta
time.
Start making a move against the rollers.
So I'm doing a setup here to knock off, or sorry, loosen up these doors on the side of the ambulance. It's going to be really important for a strat that we're going to do in a second. Going to park it there. So yeah, so for like the next 5 minutes, 5 or 6 minutes, we're going to be running into the side of this ambulance. I apologize, but this is the fastest way to get respect. What am I doing? Sorry. For some reason, I thought that that zone was the correct zone. It was not the correct zone. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. So what I will do is I will basically like restart my zone until I have until it's in a favorable area. This is an activity that gains us respect, which is why we're doing it. It's a really, really quick way to farm respect. So yeah, I'm just gonna reset my zone really, really quickly until it lands in an area where I've parked the ambulance. Now I've parked that ambulance in a very specific spot because it can actually, it gives us the max amount of chances to be an area where we can take damage essentially. This is one of the few zones that sort of like has quite a lot of overlap. So we basically get like two good chances to get a zone where we can take full damage and get some respect. I know that this may not look fast to an outside viewer, but trust me, this is fast. I promise. There are two methods. There are two methods to do this strat. To do this activity, there is two methods. We are going to be doing the other one later on. But yeah, oh, that's not good. I need to fall into these doors in a very specific way that gives us the most money. There we go. If you're lucky, like this, you can get 2 zones in a row, which is really good because it means you don't have to go back and reset. It's really fast. Genuinely, it saves like, I don't know, probably like 15 seconds or something. Unfortunately, I'm messing up the... There we go. I'm messing up the falling strat here. Nice. If you're really lucky, you can get 3 in a row, but that's only ever happened to me once, so... Like, I don't know the exact number, but I think there's like roughly 20, I would say between 20 and 30 possible zones. But the main reason why this gives us a lot of money is... the main reason why this works, this strat works, is because the fall damage, if you see in the top left hand corner, that's like my goal. I need to take $125,000 worth of fall damage. The way that is calculated... Oh, that's a really good zone choice. This is going to be really fast. Sorry about that, I'm just making sure that I'm... Unfortunately, there's like the place where I actually have to run into the door is kind of specific, so it's kind of hard to explain as I go through. But yeah, sorry. The way that the damage is calculated is like instances of like your ragdoll hitting things. So these ambulance doors, every time it sort of like swings at us or like our limb hits the door, it gives us money. And it's really good that it works on an ambulance because you get certain bonuses for if you damage yourself on what they call like a civilian vehicle. Or actually no, what do they call it? Yeah, no, a civil vehicle. So you get bonuses if you crash with ambulances or like garbage trucks or police cars, things like that. You get extra bonuses. So the fact that this strat works with the ambulance is really good because not only do we get a lot of money just because our ragdoll is going everywhere, we also get a lot of money because we get that extra bonus, which is what makes this strat so effective. This was a fantastic insurance fraud though. This was genuinely really, really good. Just for context, I'm probably going to be like 2 minutes ahead of my PB. Because like I said, this is obviously subject to... it's subject to randomness based on which zones get selected, right? So... yeah, no, I am 2 minutes ahead of my PB. Okay, cool. the randomness in this game is fairly high, but we got some really good luck there. So some good marathon luck, believe it or not. Actually, something that's quite cool about this game, or something that's cool about this marathon, is with this run, Saints Row is now my most ran game at marathons, which is interesting to me because I've only been running it for, well, basically like a year and a bit, compared to like it's basically my newest speed game. But what can I say? The people love Saints Row. The people love Saints Row 1. They do not. Cool. So now that we did all of that insurance fraud, you can see that we've now got, or we did have 4, almost 5 respect. Sort of gained from that activity. Which means that we basically, like, we have a buffer of 5 story missions that we could potentially now accept. But what we're actually going to do is we're going to take this mission that we're on now is a story mission. But after this one, we're going to do more insurance fraud. Thankfully, this one is a little bit more exciting, I think, because you're not running into the, this version of insurance fraud doesn't just run into, this version of insurance fraud doesn't just run into doors all the time. Excuse me. Okay. Thanks, game. Unfortunately, there's no way to get out of that there's no way to get out of that ditch if you get in it. So, is the game really going to do me like this? Can I have a car, please? Oh, is this a bootlegger? It is a bootlegger. I like the bootlegger as a car. I'm very sorry. I think that lady's okay. She's not getting up, but she's probably fine. Okay, so this was a pretty boring story mission, but something that is good about it is that it does take us quite nicely over to the next insurance fraud zone that we need. Before we do that, though, you can notice that up in the top right-hand corner, or you could have noticed, it does fade away after a small amount of time. But whenever you do activities, you don't only gain respect, you also gain money. And insurance fraud does give you a lot of money, which is really nice. Because it means that we get to do the next thing. You remember how when I got my tattoos, it gave me 10% respect? Well, what if I told you that you could get 15% respect? Oh my god, look at my man's face. So yeah, if you get piercings and pimp shades, that gives you 15% respect. Again, just like real life. That's exactly what happens. I'm just going to track Teresa here. So what's quite good about this section is not only do we pick up the extra respect, we also get to pick up another activity called Hitman. Now, Hitman is actually different to the other activities, or most other activities, in the sense that it's not like an active mission that you take. It's just sort of always active in the background passively when you're in the overworld. And what the Hitman activity is essentially you just like, there's obviously certain civilian models in this game. And when you see a certain civilian model, if you kill them with certain weapons that the Hitman contract deems, then you get to, you get respect for that, essentially. That's going to be like the 3 main things that we do for respect in this run is Hitman, the Hitman activity, insurance fraud activity, and doing tags. There are other things that we do for respect, but those are going to be the 3 main ones. And now we have the second round of insurance fraud. But like I said, this one's going to be hopefully slightly more fun. Unfortunately, it is more random. It's more random than the first one. So the time variance can be quite large. But we'll try our best. Can I get in the car, please? Cool. So again, we've got these little red zones that pop up on the map, and we need to take damage in those zones. The way that we're going to do it this time is by running into walls with a police car. Unfortunately, we got a very bad second zone there, so I'm going to go restart the activity. But we got a good first zone. We got like 100,000 in one go, which is nice. So this is a kind of unfortunate zone because you can only really ever bash into other cars, which means that like you need another car to be able to spawn in to do it. And crashes against cars, as you just saw, tend to be less consistent than those that are against walls. Like crashing against walls is a lot more consistent than crashing against other cars. And sometimes that can happen as well. Sometimes you can eject from your car and actually still take... You essentially don't get any credit for the damage that you take. Very unfortunate. It's a glitch that doesn't happen like too often. It maybe happens like once a run or something. I think I can take a shortcut through this place. I can. Unfortunately, our car is really banged up already, which means we're going to need to change it out for another police car in a second, but that's not too bad because we are right next to the police station. Thankfully, this zone has really good fences to bang against. Like the fences here against this mansion type thing tend to be pretty consistent with crashes. He says as he proceeds to crash into it and not eject. But you know, they tend to be good. Oh, that's going to be a lot of money. 365,000. Unfortunately, it doesn't mean anything because you can only ever like you can't like overfill your bar for the next mission. It's just like as long as you fill up. It's actually quite annoying because like whenever you get like a really big crash on a first mission or something, you're kind of like, oh man, why didn't I get that before? Wait, do both of these cars have 87? They do. Nice. Oh, that's another bit of randomness that is very, very important for the speedrun. Is the cop cars can range their numbers anywhere between 00 and 99. So you got 100 different types of police car that can spawn in, and obviously the number that goes the fastest is 69. So if we can get 69, then the run is blessed. Damn it! There you go. Nice, level 4 in one go is pretty good. So usually I don't take this zone, but because I'm already here, I probably am okay to take this zone, I think. Actually, no, I'm gonna restart the zone. Something that I do really like about this run is there's a lot of on-the-fly routing. Whoopsie daisy, did not mean to do that. And I find that really fun. There's probably a lot of speedrunners that do not find that fun at all. A lot of people that would probably prefer, you know, like a consistent route. But I really, really like the fact that you have to make decisions sort of like, you know, as and when they come to you. Just as a side note, everybody should speedrun Saints Row 1, by the way. I really want more people to run the game. Nobody else runs the game apart from me. There was one guy doing runs last year, but I think he's stopped. If anybody wants to learn how to do it, there is a Saints Row speedrunning Discord. And yeah, it would be really cool to get some other runners here, but for now, I will soldier on. Unfortunately, there is like a couple of really large barriers for this run. One is the fact that it's not on PC, so you need a capture card essentially to stream it, or at least stream it with splits. Then the second is... Ooh, sorry, I was getting excited that I was going to bump into the other car. The second is that it's obviously quite long. As a speedrun goes, 3.5 hours is a pretty long time. And not only that, is like... Obviously the average time of my run is 3 hours 30. When you're first starting up the game, your first run's probably going to be closer to about 4 hours. So there's a lot to learn. There's a lot to take in. Quite a difficult run to learn. But I would implore everybody that, you know, if you can learn it, definitely do, because it is a bunch of fun. It's actually probably like one of the runs that I find quite easy to just grind mindlessly, because every run is different. It always keeps you on your toes. Cool. Yeah, we've only got 2 levels left of this insurance fraud, and then we can start getting some story missions in. Basically, we just need good luck. Good luck and fair winds. I contest that that was probably more than a $15,000 crash, but the game is as the game does. There we go, that's a little bit more like it. Lovely. Okay, so just one more crash to go. Oh, sorry, one more level to go. This, unfortunately, was not a very fast insurance fraud, but that's just how insurance fraud be. Sometimes it plays nice, sometimes it doesn't. I didn't have enough speed there to really eject properly. I really don't like this zone very much because there's not any like really great places to eject the car. Oh, sorry, eject the player from the car. Oh, I might get an airtime bonus from that, yeah, which is nice. Okay, one more crash, please. Unfortunately, he was just outside of the zone, so I slowed down right at the end because I didn't want to crash into him. I'm not getting very good luck here. Jesus Christ, that car went flying. I have to, unfortunately, change out my cop car as well, which means the zone might change here. Potentially. Because, yeah, so it's moved to a really bad place as well. So all of that time save that I got from the previous mission being really, really fast, oh sorry, the previous insurance fraud, all of that time save that I had is sadly now gone. Just because this was a pretty poor insurance fraud. But hopefully we can get a really quick crash here. This tree tends to be pretty good. Crashes. I usually juggle between that tree and this fence here. Oh, that's it. So, now we have 10 bars of respect. So we've got 10 story missions sort of in the bank. We can now accept 10 story missions. So let's go and do that. We are going to drive to the next mission. You can actually, something that I think is quite cool about this game is you can actually use the taxi service in game to get to other places. This game did that before GTA 4 did that. Lots of people think that that came in with like GTA 4, but this game did precede it and had the function in it. Something that I am doing as well, just passively, as I'm going through the game, I am looking out for those hitmen targets that I picked up earlier. Just to see if I get lucky. Unfortunately, we did not get lucky. So the reason why I drove to this next mission, as opposed to, like I said, I could have taken a taxi. The reason why I drove is because this mission itself is a very long driving mission. And if I have a police car, it makes it overall quicker to have a police car for this bit, you know?
Well, this is off to a great start.
Like, if I took a taxi here, I would likely have to take a taxi on this mission as well. And that would be very slow. Because the taxis are not great cars.
Yo, man, just between you and me, I was fine with cleaning out the road. But getting into this
Good
drug shit
driving,
ain't cool.
good driving.
Someone should talk some sense into Julius.
Car? Are you okay? But if I lose my police car here, I would be very sad. So hopefully that does not happen. Not quite sure what the car was doing there, but...
Once we steal from him, he ain't gonna back off until we're dead, or he is.
Oh my lord, I almost just drove into a bunch of explosives. Try not to drive into explosives when you are in a car, because it will kill you. So while Troy goes and hijacks that truck, we're going to go take a tag down here for some extra respect. I am taking a lot of damage, which I don't want to take. Okay, so now we're going to have to hope that Troy's AI plays really nice. I think I have a good strat for this section, but sometimes it hasn't worked, so we'll see how this goes. I might actually just swap over to the gang car for now, just because this car is smoking and it might blow up. I'll wait for the next gang car and then swap then. So yeah, this mission's really annoying because it's like an escort mission essentially. You just got to wait for the truck to get to where it needs to be. Very boring. Yeah, I'm gonna park the car in a very specific place up here. Actually, I say very specific. It's not that specific, but hopefully this makes Troy go that way, and he did, which is nice. Good job, Troy. Your mother is proud of you. Yeah, it would be really nice to have another car right about now, because this car may blow up at any point. I'm going to get out of my car at this corner, because the fact that I get out of the corner should hopefully mean that I have like the most amount of time and Troy doesn't drive off without me. Sadly, it still did drive off without me because I wasn't very quick in getting in the car. But it didn't waste too much time. Oh, dude, he just popped my tire. Rude. Oh, actually, was that Gabriel? I could have killed. So I could have actually killed a. I could have killed a hitman contract there, but I didn't see him until it was too late. Oh, I need to get away from this flaming car. Okay. Okay. It was all a bit hectic, but I think it's good. Mission should be fine.
Truck that's wanted. Now all we gotta do.
Okay. So now we can start really getting into the game properly. We don't have to do any other activities for quite a bit. So we get to do sort of like a bunch of story missions. But before we do that, we are going to go stock up on a bunch of ammo, because doing all of those activities, like I said before, it does give us respect, but it also gives us a ton of money. So we're going to get some rocket launchers, going to get some Molotov cocktails, going to get some shotgun ammo. We're going to fill out our SMG ammo because it's like the best sort of like catch-all gun in the game. Oh, and I'm also going to shoot the store as well. Again, I'm shooting the store. Oh, actually, is this a... I think that's a Hitman contract. It is. Nice. So that's a really nice contract to get straight away. That's really nice. We killed Bill. I'm sorry if you haven't seen the film yet. That's a spoiler. That's actually how the that's how the film ends. Kill Bill Volume 2 culminates in a man in a blue vest cowering on the sidewalk as a random man throws a Molotov cocktail at him. Yeah, it's really out there, but that's why Tarantino is such a, you know, prolific director, I suppose. He sees more than we do. He understands. So I'm going to go around and kill... Oh, sorry, not kill. I'm going to go around and shoot a bunch of these gang members to hopefully aggro them onto me. So, like, this is a section where you've got to clear out a bunch of gang members from your turf. And, yeah, it tends to work best if... Because there's a combination of people in cars and people on foot. If you go around and sort of, like, aggro all of the people on foot, you can lead them over to the people that are on... Sorry, you go around and aggro the people in cars. You can lead them to the people that are on foot and sort of deal with them all at once. Cool. Okay, so this was actually that was pretty smooth, honestly. All things considered, that went really quickly. Just one more group of gang members to go. I'm pretty sure that man just blew himself up with a rocket launcher. Cool. Sometimes Gabriel can spawn in over here. Hello, Gabriel. Oh, I just got destroyed by that car. Goodbye, Gabriel. So this run is doing really well already for Hitman contracts. Sometimes it can get really dicey towards the end of the run. If you don't have enough Hitman contracts, the route really depends on it. The route really depends that you actually get, you know, it really depends that you meet certain people and kill them. Because sometimes you can find yourself at like the end of the run and you haven't killed enough Hitman contracts and you need to go and do some extra tags, which wastes time. So the fact that we've got 2 already is a really good sign. And I'm going to do the same thing as I did before, where I'm just going to go around and shoot the cars to aggro them onto me. And bring them all to one spot. I actually managed to kill 2 of them, just straight up, which is nice.
Well, so much for Tanya's hired help. Now get your ass over to the whorehouse and drop that chicken head.
Cool. I do not know why I have the shotgun equipped. stop that because it's a slow firing weapon. Don't worry, you can just avert your eyes for this section if you are a pure Christian boy. I'll let you know when you can look again.
Can't we go a night without them?
Just these 3 left. Oh. That's that mission done. Oh, that was actually a best split. Nice. That's the fastest I've ever done that mission. The reason why that was so fast actually is because of the gang members. As I was like attracting them in the cars, and I killed 2 of them on the way, it ended up being really fast. It was nice. So this mission's kind of weird because this is a mission that sort of introduces you to the concept of gang wars, which is a mechanic that you get in the game. Periodically, as we take over more parts of the city, you can have a random chance to have a call from one of your gang members, and they'll be like, yo, this gang is taking this place back. And you've got to go and sort of reclaim it. Which is what this is sort of like a tutorial for. So, this is the area that we just took over. We're going to go and clean it back up. And it is done.
We got more work to do. Troy just got a tip that Tanya's setting up shop in the old Sunnyvale police station. I talked to Julius, and he gave me the okay to go in with a crew.
So what we're going to do now is, so just like there's multiple versions of insurance fraud, there's also multiple versions of Hitmen. So we're going to go pick up this version of Hitmen here, and we are going to make sure that we track Dick. You want to track Dick because I always find it quite hard to like pick out Dick from like the Dick doesn't stand out very much, so whenever you can only ever track one Hitman contract at a time. So I tend to track the ones that like I find it's not obvious to pick up, if that makes sense. Because you can do any of the Hitmen contracts at any time, as long as you've picked it up from the Hitmen place. So like as long as you see the civilian model and you have the right weapon, you can actually fulfill that contract. But I find it quite hard to notice some of the civilian contracts depending on where they are. So now we have, unfortunately, a sniping section, which tends to not go very well because we're on controller. I will do my best. I know this is shots fired, but sadly, I mean, this is not going too shabby. Come on. Come on. This game has like really weird acceleration with its aiming. So it's very hard to make very small adjustments. All in all, that honestly wasn't too bad. I've definitely done that much worse before. Hey, thanks, Noob Salmon. Shout outs to Noob Salmon. Absolutely beautiful person. Just go around the corner here. Okay, so for the next mission, I do want to give any headphone users a volume warning. I am giving it well in advance. If you do not like cowboys screaming, then please mute the video. for the next like 3 minutes.
Three, two, one, go! Yeah!
3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so for this activity, this is a really quick activity to get level 8 in. We can finish this activity really quickly. We've just got to blow up certain cars. Well, we can blow up any cars. We've got to blow up a certain amount of them. This activity can go really fast, or it can go really slow. Depending, the enemy driving AI tends to be like a little bit of a crapshoot, so sometimes you get really lucky, sometimes you're able to crash into a bunch of cars really easily, other times not so much. Am I going to get crashed into here? I might blow up before anyone else does here. Yeah, I think I got this guy. Yes, make sure you post your cowboys. Very important. I had a cowboy hat. I used to have a cowboy hat somewhere around here. I don't know where it's gone. Okay, there's one car. Give me another one. Unfortunately, that car didn't count as my explosion because I am not the one that made it start flaming. For an explosion to count as your own, you need to be the one that gets it flaming. Once it is flaming, though, you can actually like leave it to blow up. Even if someone else rams into it, as long as you're the one that started its flame cycle thing, then you should be good. It's always really annoying when you do most of the damage to a car and then, like, because there's like three stages to like car health, right? There's the white smoke, the black smoke, and then on fire. It's always really frustrating when you're the one that made it get to black smoke, but then you're not the one that blows it up. I'm gonna blow up this guy. Oh. This is going fairly okay at the moment. This can go much worse. Yeah, I think like my variance between like my best split for this split and my average split is something like 2 minutes. So there is a lot that can go wrong. And it usually does. It usually does. We've only got 2 more levels left, so that's really nice. Should be able to get that guy. Might be able to get this guy. No, I wasn't going quite fast enough to blow that guy up. Cool. Nice. Okay, one more level.
3, 2,
One more level, and then we are done with the Screaming Cowboy. Okay, there's one. Just need 2 more. I'm surprised that didn't count as any explosion, to be honest. This guy should be ours. It is. Cool. So sometimes you can get lucky and a sports car can spawn at the end of that mission. Unfortunately, that did not happen this time around, but it can happen. And when it does, it's very good because it saves a lot of time. We've got a police car though, and police cars are not too bad. They're still pretty fast in their own right. You need to keep an eye out for Dick here because he can spawn in on this area. Sadly, no Dick. Just gonna run up and shoot this man. Oh, that guy actually damaged me a bunch. So the game's sat-nav is really, really quite bad. The game often tells you to like go a certain way, which is like it's a really bad way. It's not a way you want to go if you're trying to go fast. Like the game is like you can see in the bottom left-hand corner, the little blue line is where it's telling me to go. It's like do a U-turn, do a U-turn. But I will not do a U-turn. I cannot be stopped. Yeah, basically this entire way, this entire trip, the sat-nav is always like, hey, you should probably turn around. Are you sure you're going the right way? But yes, I am sure I'm going the right way. This is the fastest way. I don't know I don't know when it finally kicks in and it's like, oh, you're going that way. Still telling me to turn around. There we go. Now it's like, oh, okay, I see what you're doing. But hey. I'm pretty sure... Did San Andreas have a sat-nav? Or did it just have the marker? I know you could place a marker. I don't remember if it gave you a line to that marker. This might have done sat-navs before GTA 4 as well. I'll be honest though, I'm not confident on that one. So yeah, you know, it's early technology. This is one of the first games to ever sat-nav. Or at least an open world crime game. Obviously there's racing games and such. I shouldn't have worn a jumper today. It's actually very warm, so I don't know why I wore a jumper. I sadly cannot take the jumper off because then the stream would become X-rated. Unfortunately, Louise has not shown up here. I would like some extra civilian hitmen targets just to be confident in my like respect count, but it's probably fine. Cool. So let's go and do this mission. Sadly, this is meant to be like an assault on a drug factory that you do with your boys, with your homies. Unfortunately, we just abandoned them. They've got like, they're like heavily outnumbered. We just leave them to their fate. Every now and then, sometimes they do manage to like survive and get all the way around to us here, but it doesn't happen very often. This guy's playing Ring Around the Rosie with me. Cool. Nope, sadly, all our gang members perished. Very sad. Okay, so now we're going to do another activity, a different type of activity to gain respect. One that we haven't done yet, and it's called Chop Shop. We're going to call the number ass boob for TNA taxis.
Yeah,
I'll leave you to imagine what TNA stands for.
With them.
Okay, I got extremely unlucky and lucky at the same time. Wow. So, I called a taxi, and he spawned on the motorway above me. However, there just so happened to be a normal taxi in the street anyway. So it ended up being okay. But that was almost very unfortunate. Almost. Again, we're just taking strategic tags just to make sure that we have the right amount of respect. And you can see, like, we're always really gaining more respect than we're spending at the start of the run, because obviously we've got quite a few missions to accept. I can't remember how many. I can't remember how many missions there are in total. It's something like 40 something, 46, something like that. So this activity involves delivering certain cars with like different specifications. That's a capture. Okay. I was hoping that, so sometimes certain cars can just spawn in the overworld and you can take them in. Fortunately, not in this instance. Thankfully, we can call our friend here. And I can start to mount the car by accident. So we're going to deliver 3 cars here. We're going to deliver the taxi, the Destiny, and then this car here, which is the ambulance. Oh, I've got an alarm that's telling me to wake up. On my phone. I work nights, so I usually wake up a lot later than I did today because I had to be at the marathon. Okay, we're all good. I'm going to look for a car that's got a hostage. Sadly, neither of these do. Sometimes if there's a car with 2 people in it, you can take one of them hostage as an extra bit of activity, just so you can get like an extra bit of respect en route to the next mission. Unfortunately, we did not get that. Let's put on some tunes.
Shipment. There's too much product for us to take. So go to the docks and make sure they can't move any of it.
Okay, so this mission involves ramming a bunch of containers into the ocean. The best thing we can do to be fast on this mission is just to get really good angles with the direction that we're sort of ramming these containers with. Like for this one example, I don't have to, he says as he fails it, I don't have to like ram it too much. I can usually just sort of like swerve into it a little bit. Unfortunately, I had the car up my bum, which kind of messed up my my aim a little bit. I genuinely do think that more open world crime games... Oh, did that not go in the ocean? Shit. That's my bad. I just presumed that that was going to work, but it did not. I think more open world crime games should include yodeling in their radio stations. At the very least, start to include polkas, you know? Or polkas. think that's all of them done. Not a very good mission. Call a taxi.
All right, there's a cab in your area on its way.
Oh god. Almost died. That guy almost ran me over. Okay, so let's take a taxi to here, and I am just really going to quickly lose a tiny bit of time, but I need to take off this jumper. Just 2 seconds. Quick change. Easy. Whew. It is hot. It is hot in this room. Okay, so now we have a sniper rifle, which is really good. It's really good that the game gives us this sniper rifle, because we're gonna need it for a Hitman contract later on in the game. That's really nice, because it means that we don't have to go into a store to buy it. Okie doke. I don't think I lost too much time, because there's the loading screen, and then not only is there the loading screen, there's the like you have to wait for the taxi to stop, and then the animation to get out the car. So I think we probably didn't lose too much time. Then go pick up this tag here. This mission is actually one of my favorites in the entire game. The only problem is that it's I don't know if anybody's played GTA 3, but the mission Bombed a Base, it's pretty much just that mission. But there's a little bit more to it. Very true, LeBron. Very true. My stamina management there was pretty poor. If you manage your stamina correctly, you can basically sprint across this entire rooftop without ever having to stop. The fact that it's raining right now is really annoying. It's not the end of the world, but it does make sniping a little bit more difficult. We have to wait for these cars to set up in position before we can start firing. Basically, like once they start getting out of their cars, that's when we can start firing. We're going to fire off 3 rockets, which hopefully should take care of everyone on the ground. And then we can start sniping the guys on the ship. Cool. Not too bad. Something that I'm a little bit worried about is because I tried to customize my character into a funny looking dude at the beginning, that can actually mess with the time of day. And I'm worried that it may have messed. So right now, I death warp on purpose to make sure that I get a tram here on time. I'm worried that creating my character has messed with the death warp, but it does not. It's fine. We're fine. It's really important, to be fair, that we manage to get there on time. If you do not, then you lose about a minute and a half. It's a really big minute. It's a really big time loss if you don't manipulate that correctly. There, if you death warp at the wrong time of day, it's bad news bears.
Hey man, let's get to the race. Look, I don't care what Lynn says. You get me next to those cars and I'll take care of the rollers, alright? To hell with this lap race bullshit.
Yeah, I never really understood the premise for this mission. Essentially, you're trying to race people. One of the members of your gang who's undercover, she has like rigged their engines to blow, so that when they get above a certain temperature, then, or when they use their nitros, their cars explode, right? So the mission is that you have to get your guy close enough to shout insults at them so that they get like insecure and start speeding. It's a very annoying mission, to be honest, because you like the enemy car AI is actually pretty fast, and you really don't want them to run into you because they can push you off the track or spin you around quite easily.
You never had a chance. Like the back of my car, bitch. See you, chump. You're out of your league, kid. Works every time. Yeah, you didn't know who you were fucking.
Okay, that's quite good. So this can happen sometimes. Is this guy can miss his marker, his race marker. He has to go back and get it, which gives us sort of like some free build up of his insult bar.
Come on, I thought you rollers knew how to race.
Cool. So let's go back and collect the last guy.
Fuck around, does she?
Actually going to use the guy to turn me around there, because it's going to be quicker for him to just run into me than it is for me to actually... Oh, dude, this guy missed the marker as well. That's nice.
You think you could beat us in that piece of shit? You think you can outrace me?
Oh, I did not see the car that was oncoming there. But yeah. Oh! Wesker, quiet puppy. Sorry, my... I've got my dog... I've got my dog... Wesker! Wesker, no. Quiet pup. I don't usually have my dog in with me at this point, so he's a little bit upset that he can hear the door and he can't run towards it. I'm very sorry for the barks. But yeah, that's that mission done. Took a little bit longer than I wanted to.
Yeah, well, we'll get one of our cabs right out to you.
Meet me at the tea house in Chinatown. I think I got away.
Weird. The taxi that I called messed up. Dog helping with the taunts? Yeah, that's what we'll say.
If it's within the city, we'll get you there.
Okay, so let's call this taxi. Unfortunately, that was just some weird time loss. I'm not sure why the dude ended up on the motorway, but he did. Making yourself known, pup. Oh. This is the culprit. This is the culprit here. Oh shit, we've... Sorry, I thought that taxi was going to be longer. Trying to show off my dog. I thought that taxi... I must have actually gotten changed really quick before. Because that didn't feel like it took that long at all. Maybe it was just a quicker load. This is a speedrun, by the way, I promise. I didn't actually mean to do that there. That's a shame. I kind of messed up. So I'm now tracking the wrong target, but I mean, I could go in and change it, but I think it's a little bit too late for that now. So one thing that we are going to do is, because it's been quite a while since we got our weapons, I'm going to go and get some new ones.
Is there anything you're looking for? Thanks for shopping with us.
Oh, I'm going to get some of those. I'm going to change my Molotov cocktails to grenades.
Enjoy.
Restock on my SMG ammo. So usually I would change to a 44 Shepherd. I'd usually change to a revolver here. But I'm going to keep this Vice 9 just because there's an existing Hitman contract which we haven't run into yet, and I want to get that contract before we swap over to the revolver weapon. Ah, come on. This is meant to be a shortcut. I did not perform it that well. Cool. So this is a pretty boring mission. We just have to wait for the car to essentially get to its destination. And it's not one of those missions where we can... it's not one of the missions where we can drive there early. So what we'll do in the meantime is we're just going to look out for Hitman contracts on the sidewalk that we can potentially cash in on. And we actually can. Let's say goodbye to Alan. Alan, you will be missed. Ooh, that's not good. It's probably fine. I think I've got time to take this tag. We'll find out, I suppose. I got 20 seconds now to catch up with that car. I think we can do that. So, obviously you're not meant to crash there. 10 seconds. Have we got this? 8, 7, 6. Yeah, we're good. I knew it would be fine. Like, the good thing is that obviously because this green car that we're meant to be following is basically just on a robot, you know, it's just on a set path. We don't actually lose any time as long as we don't lose track of the car. Because if you lose track of the car, then you just that's the mission over. So we're going to drive ahead of the car here, because once the car gets off the freeway, the mission objective actually changes to, like, let them get away, which they should do pretty shortly. Okay. Now we've got to wait for a phone call.
I'm in. Donnie's setting up a meeting with the higher-ups of the Rollers. You should stop by and listen to what's being said. I'll text you the address.
Oh. So this is the hardest mission in the game. There is a high likelihood that I do die on this mission. It's my most... in terms of missions that I reset on, this is the mission that I reset on the most. It can be very difficult. Hopefully it goes okay. I think he just popped my tire, and I'm going to be very upset if he did. Dude, he did pop my tire. That's very annoying. It's not the end of the world, but it might cause us problems in a second. Because we basically, for this mission, we need to be really on point with both of our driving, and our shooting needs to be on point. There is very little room for error here. So we're going to pick up the objective. We're going to get out of our car. Okay, we managed to get the first oh, that is not good. We might be in trouble. My health is really low. I don't think I can afford to get out of the... So usually I would get out of the car and rocket these men. I don't think I can afford to do that here, like I usually would. That's a bit of a shame. Okay. That was a little bit scary. I'm gonna try and repair my vehicle here. If I didn't do that, there's a high likelihood that I would have died on the next section, so it's a time loss, but it's a necessary time loss, you know? Unfortunately, even though we've done everything that we can, a small quirk of this mission on the Series X means that the AI, and it's actually potentially happening right now, so the AI acts a lot faster than they do on the 360. Oh, it's going to be close. Holy moly, that was much too close for comfort. But we did manage to get it. So the AI on that section acts a lot quicker than they do on the base game because of the higher frame rate, or the more consistent frame rate. It's a pretty big problem because you can sometimes get to the end of that mission and then you're just like, you're completely locked out of actually completing it because the enemy gang members blow up the last van before you even get there. Like, sometimes you don't even get the chance. But we don't need to worry about that because we did, and we got really good luck here because we got a police car. We're going to do another level of insurance fraud. Thankfully, we don't have to do all 8 levels of insurance fraud like we did before with the other levels. We only have to do a few. Usually about 3 or 4. The amount of levels that we have to do here for insurance fraud is usually dependent... See, I was a good idea... Oh, no, no, no. I thought that was Julia. It's not Julia. Sad times. Okay, we got a pretty good first zone here, which is nice. I did not get a good crash, however. I'm a little bit upset that that cop car ran away from me. I would like to eject, please. Thank you. So usually my sort of... The way that I usually ballpark the estimate here is I usually do about 3 or 4 levels of insurance fraud. But sometimes you can actually do less. Okay, the game is sending me somewhere. Okay, the game has sent me very far away from where I was. Thanks, game. You're a champ. If your ragdoll is in a place where the game can't put you back to your normal state, it sends you to the nearest train station. What happened there? A very unfortunate time loss, but nothing I could have done to prevent it. Unfortunately, that might mean that we get a changed zone here. I really would like to eject from this vehicle. I am not getting very lucky though. Okay. Oh, I think we should get a distance multiplier there, and we did, which is nice. It means that we get that in one go. An instant level 3 is very nice, and I will take that every day of the week. This zone kind of sucks. Wait, was I not in the zone? No way! I thought I was totally in the zone. That sucks. Oh, we got level 4 in one go as well. That's really nice. You're looking for the Saints Row... Oh no, for the speedrun.com. The Saints Row. Are you thinking of running the game? I would recommend it. Every time I take this game to a marathon, I'm basically doing it just to try and shill for more people to try and come run this game, please. I'm so lonely. I'm just going to go quickly, just because I'm quite close to it. I'm going to go take an extra tag, and then we shall be done. Ooh. So let's go ahead and start up the game again. Now that we've done that small bit of respect grinding, we can start getting back into the game properly. Start doing some story missions. Thank you for the good luck. Cool, so we're going to go over here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to track a certain person, because they have a high chance of spawning in for this mission. Oh, that was that was slightly unfortunate. My character just decided to ragdoll for seemingly no apparent reason.
This time, the bitch is gonna get what's coming to her.
So it's a little bit disjointed because obviously we're doing several different stories at like the same time, or concurrently, I should say, not at the same time.
Well, I'm looking forward to taking him apart. I got a good feeling about this. I think it'll be a nice bonding experience.
Like the last mission that we did for the Vice Kings does like link to this mission, but it's been so long since we did it that you might not remember. I'm just gonna go check if the driver for this is a woman.
We don't want to miss the phone.
It is, but it's not the right woman. There is an ambulance. There's a female ambulance driver who is a hitman contract, which you can pick up, but sadly she was not the right one.
I hope you can keep up with me in there. There's our boys. Let's drop some Vice Queen.
Okay, so for this section, we're going to be taking it kind of risky. We're going to be just basically running through this area where there is a lot of enemies. And I actually don't think I have many health items, which usually I do have health items here. Fortunately, Johnny is down. Okay, yeah, no, I need to be careful here. Oh my Gideon. I don't know if you saw my health there, but it is not pretty. Holy moly. I'm actually just going to jump in this car just in case they try and kill me. I do need a cop car here. Yeah, I need a cop car for the next section. Oh, sorry, the next mission after this one. Yeah, usually he has a hitman contract. Usually you can have like enemies have a random chance to drop health items. Unfortunately, they haven't this run for me. Which means that when things got a little bit dicey, I didn't really have a good route out, other than just sprinting for the exit and hoping I was in time. Luckily for us, that actually seemed to work, so, you know, can't be too upset with it. Mission is donezo. So now that we have killed that hitman contract, the SWAT guy that I killed with a sniper rifle, we no longer need the sniper rifle for the run. But we can swap it out with the AK. And we'll also switch over to the revolver now as well. Oh, that's unfortunate. She almost spawned in the right one, but not quite. Oh, actually, I am just going to go and... Just because she's already there. That's a hitman contract that we can easily pick up. Okay.
Alright, let's go swing by the strip club and wait to see who shows up.
Again, this is another instance where the game really wants you to go a certain way. But if you go this way, it's actually way faster. Faster by about 20 seconds. Yeah, it really does. It is a big shame that this game is just locked to the Xbox ecosystem.
Lucky for us, he doesn't have his shit together. It'll probably take him a while before he's got the crew organized enough to make a move on us. If and when Angelo finally steps, he's gonna send Victor to do the job. Now, I know you think you're all badass and everything, but trust me, Victor ain't no joke. You run into that asshole, you better make sure you got some serious backup.
Okay, so for this next mission, I need to make sure that my driving is really on point, because I said I need to drive in such a way that I lose them long before I actually get to the church. Which means that my driving needs to be really clean. If it's not clean, then we can probably lose about 40 seconds. Hopefully we can be clean. Essentially means no handbrake turns. We just need to take corners basically at max speed. This is the only one that we can really afford to do a handbrake turn on. We'll know if it's worked because I will lose them now. There we go. So it actually worked. My driving was good enough to lose them before we got to the church. If you don't lose them by that point, you are kind of boned. Oh, actually, wait there. Actually, this might be risky, but I'm going to try it anyway. Oh. So that guy is a hitman contract. Sadly, if you try and... There we go, I got that guy. If you have a homie in your vehicle and you try and take a hitman contract, if your homie actually gets the kill credit, you don't get to you don't get the completion, which kind of sucks because obviously the homie kills them with the wrong weapon.
Heads up,
Yeah, that guy laid into me. This mission has been going really bad for me lately. This mission is just a bunch of combat. Whenever combat is involved in this game, you are sort of subject to randomness because the enemy's like rate of fire or like how much they aggro onto you is kind of random. So sometimes we can get like really clean fights and sometimes the fights are really messy. There's not too much manipulation that you can do that really works for... This section specifically is like wave based, so there will be points of downtime where like I can't really do anything. Just gotta wait for them to come in. Okay. Oh, damn, I didn't even see my health. Oof. That was almost catastrophic. So essentially we're just defending the church until Victor spawns in over there. Unfortunately, he does actually take quite a while to spawn in, so that, you know, the longer that you are spent fighting enemies, the more subject you are to potential mishaps. I think there should be like 2 more cars. And he should spawn in. Yeah, I think this is the final wave and then he spawns in. Oh, are you fucking kidding me? What are the chances of that? Victor and his crew are storming the church, but we're ready for them. I'm gonna chuck 2 rockets at them. Why does she have a rocket launcher? Why am I almost dead? Why is this guy's fire effect not working? Okay. Interesting game. Yeah, that guy was meant to be on fire. You couldn't really tell, but... this is... Unfortunately, we've got like a run of pretty boring missions. We've gotten really lucky here, though. There's Don. And there's Teresa. They're actually doing really well for respect. I actually think that we might be pretty good until like endgame now for respect. Unfortunately, that it does make this run again a fairly high barrier for entry, because trying to memorize the hitmen contracts that you need, and like recognizing them out on the street and remembering which weapon that you need to use to kill them, you know, that's a pretty high ask, I think, because there's like what, 20 hitmen contracts, I think. Maybe like 18. They've all got like different weapons and different models, so it can be difficult. 24. I think there's 24 hitman contracts actually. I'm gonna say 24. Okay. This is another mission where our car has like a health pool, so we don't want to ram into anything because our car has got a bomb in it. But this is now the section we've just got to defend this truck for 3 minutes, which doesn't sound that bad, but it's just like for this mission specifically, there's basically like zero challenge. Not to say that I'm a god gamer or anything, but there's just, you know, there's nothing that you can really do to speed this up. And the enemy waves come in really slowly. Yeah, this would be the best time for donations. But what's that? We have some donations. I got a $10 donation from Scrunkly Bunkus. Oh, my homie got absolutely destroyed. Oh, I'm sorry, bro. Come on, here you go. There are 24 hitman contracts. Nice. Yeah, it makes sense. It was always going to be divisible by 3, so because there's 3 hitman contracts that you pick up. Yeah, it's like if you look at my wanted bar right now, apparently I have 4 stars. It's just like there's no one here. It's not even like, it's not difficult at all. It's honestly, it's a really big problem I think this game has, is its difficulty. Once you're even like slightly familiar with the game, it loses basically all of its challenge. Not that there aren't hard missions. You know, not that there are definitely missions that can go really wrong really quickly. But But for the most part, this mission's nice and easy. Not much to do. Oh, now that we've finished loading up the truck, we have to take it back to the row. However, you might remember that we killed Bill earlier. Well, this is the sequel. Kill Bill Volume 2. For some reason, they gave multiple, actually. There are multiple Hitman contracts in this game where they have the same name, which can only lead me to think that the names of the Hitman contracts are probably names of developers? Probably? Honestly, I'm not sure. But it's weird that there's not only are there 2 Bills, there is also a Billy Bob, which is, you know, that's basically just Bill. And you know, I feel like if they you know, they can make the names whatever they want. They are the guys that you know, that's actually not good. I do not want to blow up this lorry. This section really sucks because I need to drive into the garage quite fast. But usually I've got a bunch of cars up my bum. Thankfully, not this time. Okay. Now we've got a mission called House Call. And there's quite an interesting quirk with this mission. Essentially, you've got to go assault somebody's mansion.
Hey, man.
And then make a getaway.
Manuel gave us? It's legit. Pick me up at the church. I want to be there when we take that bastard out.
There is a slight quirk with the getaway where your homie is the guy that does the driving. You've got like an AI driver for the section.
Let's just make sure we get there in one piece. We're gonna have enough problems with Angelo's.
I'm doing that just to get the 2 wanted stars. So yeah, you've got an AI driver, and for some reason his AI pathing is just absolutely atrocious,
Plan I got right now is to just go in there and take Angelo out.
and he will often run into like a utility pole which is like not even in the way. He almost, you could even argue that he actually intentionally like drives into it. You'll see it when it happens, I suppose. It doesn't always happen though. Usually on my channel, on my channel on Twitch, I run a prediction at this point in the run. If Dex will hit the utility pole or not.
I know we're in a hurry. All right, the mansion's coming up. I got your back. Just make sure I don't get killed, okay? Here we go. Hey, I'd really appreciate it if you make sure I don't get dead.
So we do have to hope here that Dex does not die. He sometimes loses health very fast, so we need to make sure that we're looking at his portrait up in the top corner. Oh, he's fine, he's fine. He can die super fast. If you enter that cutscene trigger as he dies, you have to restart the mission. It's really unfair. Now that we do have an AI driver, I get to show you one of the cooler glitches in the run, which is like called rapid fire. So I've got a rocket launcher, and this is the usual rate of fire. So if I just mash the button, that's the rate of fire of the rocket launcher. However, if you swap to another weapon and swap back... Oh, swap to the wrong weapon. You can rapid fire your rockets, which is really strong for this section, because basically the enemies don't get to touch you as long as you are at least fairly accurate with your rockets. He says as he proceeds to miss all of his rockets. So this is the utility pole coming up. This one right here. Is Dex gonna miss it? Nope. I don't know why. It's just like his pathing must just be like slightly close to it or something. It's very strange. I'm not sure why he does it. It's so consistent. Yep, nice. Good stuff. Oh, actually, my car health is actually really low. I do need to be careful. Cool. So we're at like roughly the halfway point of the run, or well, a little bit over, I think. We're going to do a few more Los Canales missions, and then we'll swap over to doing some Vice King missions. Oh, my back.
We'll be there soon.
Oh. It's really weird to basically like wake up and the first thing you do is a marathon run. Cool. So let's go do... We're essentially right now, we're going to go around and do a bunch of the Los Canales strongholds. These missions can be really difficult. There's a lot of instances where the enemies will be quite aggro. But as long as we play it smart, we'll be safe. One thing that I do want to make sure I look out for is how much rocket ammo do I have. Okay, no, I have 12 rocket ammo, so I'm good for rocket ammo. Sometimes you can be a little bit sparse on rocket ammo here, and that can make things a little bit difficult. But we're good. You love this game? I love this game too. I genuinely think this is the best Saints Row game. Not many people, most people would say 2, I think. But for me, this is the best one. Okay, so we should have killed enough people there that we pretty much just get to chill out now. We should do anyway. You can see on the minimap, for some reason, all of the enemies just sort of coalesced. Oh wait there, my cam has died. We good? Yeah, we're good. Okay. You can see all of the enemies are like swirling around in a circle. The AI just sort of gets stuck. Drink some Pepsi. This actually would have been a better time to show off my dog, huh? So just before the timer ends, I am going to go and put them out of their misery. He says as he misses his rocket. Just need to make sure that my aim is pretty good here. One guy down. My aim is not good. Okay. Not too bad, not too bad. Could have been better. Ideally, we would have a friendly gang member here, but we do not, which is kind of sad. Okay, so I'm going to try a strat here. I'm going to try and steal this guy's baseball bat. Well, that... I guess that works. The reason why we're taking the baseball bat is to kill Thomas. I have no idea where that fucking Molotov came from, but it got me the baseball bat, so, you know. Works, I guess. Pretty sure my friendly gang member threw it. Yeah, this is probably, honestly, I'm not even joking, this is probably the best run I've ever had in terms of Hitmen contracts fulfilled. I don't usually get this many Hitmen contracts all in one. That's pretty good. At this section I need to be quite careful because there are 3 enemies with rocket launchers and I can tell you they are not afraid to use them. I tend to use the revolver for this section because I mean it's essentially just like a mini sniper. It's a one-shot kill as long as you actually hit it. Making sure that I picked up the right weapon there. Cool. That's that one done. And I'm going to steal this guy's car, and how long is this hostage going to be? 30 seconds? I think we can do that. Got an itchy nose.
Pull over and get out, and I might not call the cops. So, are you single? Look, if you want to be my man, you gotta get a real job.
I've never heard that voice line before. So, yeah, I'm going to lose 5 seconds here to having the hostage in my car. But it is going to be worth it just for the extra respect that it gives. At least hopefully, anyway. For this gang territory, we just have to tag up a bunch of spots. Usually this doesn't go too bad. There's not too much that can go wrong on this mission. The main thing that can go wrong is there are quite a few explosive barrels. And there's a chance that the enemy hits the explosive barrel rather than you. Doesn't really happen that often, but I guess it's something to watch out for. I was sort of tempting fate there because as I said that sentence was right when I walked by an explosive barrel. Oh, I messed up the combo input there. Okay, we're good. Okay, my sound just cut out. That's just me splicing in real time. Okay. So usually right about now we will get a call on our phone from one of our friendly gang members. If you remember earlier, we had like a gang territory pushback tutorial. This is where it actually comes in for real. Usually we get a call around this point telling us which gang territory we have to go and defend. And it is random. At least there's not been any way to, as far as I'm aware, there's no way to manipulate it. So sometimes you can save a bunch of time and sometimes you can lose a bunch of time, depending on which gang territory they get you to fight back. I'm going to swap over to this guy's sniper for a little bit. Take care of these guys. Back to the AK. I'm actually getting lit up a little bit here. Holy moly, I don't have any health items here, so I'm going to have to play this really safe now. Yeah, they sort of really turned it on there right at the end. I am getting once again. I am once again asking these enemies to stop shooting me, please. They are really lighting me up. Probably just gonna wait down here a little bit for some health regen. Just because there are enemies above me. I don't want to just run straight into them. Unfortunately, the health item pickups are entirely random. You can go to like a burger place to buy items for healing, but that would be very slow. We do not want to be slow. I would much rather die than be slow. Actually, for a marathon run, maybe I would maybe I would rather get the burger. But oh, whoopsie daisy. I thought I had planted the bomb, but I did not. Okay. That's not the fastest way down from the top, but it is the safest. So I imagine that I'll probably get the gang call territory, the gang call from my homie roughly about now. Probably on the way back to this mission. The one place where I don't want the gang territory to be is Union Square. If it's in Union Square, then I'm in trouble.
Chinatown is swarming with rollers. Get over here before they take back the whole damn district.
Chinatown is actually not too bad. Well, I say that Chinatown is a bad gang pushback just because it's over quite a large area. But the good news is that we don't actually have to go out of our way to get to it. We will just naturally go to the Chinatown territory after the mission, after the final Los Canales mission. We end up going there anyway. One thing I am going to do as I go into town is I am going to try and track Henry. I find it's really hard to pick Henry out of a crowd. And he can often spawn in driving a limo. And the limos have tinted windows, so you can't even like see in to see him. So it's always good to track Henry on your map as you go into downtown in the hopes that he shows up. Yeah, if we manage to get if the gang call that we had, if that ends up being Union Square, it's right in this area, and gang pushbacks don't actually pause during missions. So there's a chance that the gang territory can interfere with this mission and actually can make Tanya, the lady that we're escorting right now, it makes her run away. It breaks her AI. So thankfully that's not happened. Cool. Also, shout-outs to Mila Kunis. This game actually had like a bunch of quite famous voice actors.
Can you believe that? Kane is still blaming me for losing prom court. Anthony better have killed Gap by the time I get home. This should only take a minute. Stop by Friendly Fire. I'd like to pick something up for Tony.
Okay.
He really should start listening to
The ending section of this run, oh sorry, the ending section of this mission can be kind of scary.
and Anthony are both so clueless. King has to learn
Hopefully
to
it
get with
goes
the
okay.
times.
Essentially, we've got to run away from a bunch of saints. But because they are our gang members, we
Sometimes I just
cannot
wanna
kill
say
them.
fuck it all and go to Hollywood,
So we just have to
you know?
hope that we can outrun them. Doesn't always happen.
I wonder if they gift wrap.
Hey, player. We got a problem. Some of Troy's crew didn't hear the plan and decided they were going to hit Tanya when she was in her limo. These are our boys, and I don't want them getting hurt.
Take me back. It's the Saints!
So yeah, this is where we've got to make sure that our driving is good. What I tend to do is I tend to drive on the wrong side of the road, as it confuses the AI, and they often can like run into the cars that you dodge. Yeah, which seems to have happened, which is good.
Get rid of them!
Oh, one of them hanging on. Oh no, okay, he's gone.
Give you a tip.
Cool. But the mission isn't over yet.
Hey! I was putting on lipstick back here.
The final bit of this mission can be really difficult.
I
There's
better tell
a lot of
Tony.
enemies that you're fighting, and there's a lot of them have revolvers, and the revolver is one of the highest damage weapons in the game. So it's definitely possible for me to die during this section if I do not kill these guys quick enough. I tend to just make sure that I'm constantly moving around. Tends to work out.
Hey, not to be pushy or nothing.
Cool. This run's okay so far. I haven't gotten any hitman contracts while I've been in downtown, which kind of blows. Usually we get at least one. Not getting any is potentially a problem. Okay, we can get this guy. Killed Richard. That's at least one guy gone, I guess. To be fair, I would say on average, one person is probably all we kill during the downtown section. On average. So for this section, I'm going to be looking out for hopefully a faster car, because I don't like doing this section with the limo. Sometimes there can be faster cars parked in drives here, but not today. Means we have to do this section with a limo, which isn't too bad. Just slow.
Stopping those hijackings really fucked things up for the rollers. They got a whole list of cars that they're planning on jacking. Make sure they can't find what they're looking for.
So now we're going to use a strat that was found by the very great Dr. T. Chops. First, we're going to kill this guy in the Speedos. For some reason I couldn't get in my car. Good stuff. Let's just call it AI manipulation. So this is a strat that was found, or suggested, I should say, by Chops, our Holy Father. So during this mission, you're meant to basically chase down a bunch of gang members and wreck their cars. But what the game doesn't actually doesn't intend you to do is these cars are actually all preset during the mission. Is that going to tip on its side? I think that should start smoking. I don't think it can survive like that. Maybe. We'll see, I guess. So the reason why I don't like doing this section with the limo is this bit here, because we do have to chase down one of the cars, which means having a car that is slower definitely sucks for this section. Thankfully, the enemy driving AI is pretty poor. So it's normally not a huge problem. Although saying that, he is juking me pretty hard right now. Ah, that's not good. The limo's acceleration is very, very poor. I think I might have lost him. Damn. Not the end of the world, but definitely not good either. It's also going to mean that I'm quite slow getting to this one. And the rollers might get there before I do. Just while I'm here, I'm going to get out of the car and... get a faster car. Oh, actually, is this mission soft locked? Oh, wait, what? What? That's really weird. It righted itself. That is a new one for me. Okay, this mission went very, very badly. But we should be fine here. Boom. Never... No, I've definitely not seen it. I've definitely not seen that before. Very strange. Oh. Take a sip of our Pepsi.
Alright, there's a cab in your area on its way.
Yes, I am drinking out of a 2 litre bottle. Only Chads do that. Just a fact. Yeah, it honestly, it would be very, very difficult. It would be very difficult to... Oh, I'm so sorry. This is going to look so horrid, but I'm sorry, old man. You're not long for the world. Do I have all the weapons that I need? Oh, actually, I can swap my shotgun for the 12 gauge. Let's stock up on our AK. Yeah, I think we're good. brownie jabs. Yeah, basically. Oh, I meant to, that's my bad. I meant to shoot the store owner.
Where's some cough syrup when you need it?
I've got a really itchy nose, man. Nothing worse than having an itchy nose in a marathon. Sadly, we've not had any 69 cop cars. It is like a, you know, it's a 1 in 100 chance, but you do meet a good few cop cars on the way, so like I would say there's probably like, I don't know, like maybe like a 50% chance in total of getting a cop car that says 69 on it. Actually, to be fair, I'm doing so well on Hitman contracts, I actually don't think I even need to get this tag, but it can't hurt, I suppose. So we're not going to actually do the combat section that we're meant to here. I'm just going to run to the top. Hopefully gun down these people without dying. Without dying, he says. Eat a burger really quickly just to get my health. Oh. That keeps happening. It shouldn't be doing that. That's weird.
Hey, I think we stopped moving.
We good? I think we're okay. Yeah, I'm just super focused. That's weird. Sorry, friends. Wait, this marathon's not sponsored by Elgato or anything, right? I can shit talk Elgato. Because for some reason, the Elgato face cam, I bought it and I'm really happy with how it looks like visually. But it keeps freezing. Really frustrating. I thought I'd fixed it by getting a new cable, but apparently it seems not. I like how I didn't even wait for clarification. I literally just like, is this? And then just went away with it anyway. Oh, that guy didn't die. Oh god, I sent to the chat. Oh no. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
Lynn found a storage garage with a roller
Okay, so this bit can often go quite wrong. I'm hopefully going to be throwing the grenades like close enough so that their AI freaks out and stops shooting at me. But it doesn't always work that way. Oh, I swapped to the wrong gun. That's my bad. Not sure why they stopped their car. Bit weird. But I'll take it. Cool. So now we're going to get a taxi. We're going to get a taxi back to the church. He has stopped at the red light. Like a good citizen. I wish they wouldn't, because it does mean I have to run all the way to them, but... I like how they... I don't think that was a legal maneuver. I don't think that was a legal maneuver at all. Okay. So this is another section, or this is another mission where you have the AI drive for you. Julius does tend to be a better driver, from what I've found anyway. He tends to not crash as much.
Let's get to the highway and stop that.
He does have a habit of driving into oncoming traffic, but he tends to dodge it, so, you know, swings and roundabouts.
It'd be crazy to charge that convoy head on. We'll swing round behind them and take them out one at a time.
Also, this is a mission where we get to use the fast-firing rocket glitch, which is nice. Any chance to use that glitch, I always really like it. It's just a really fun glitch to pull off. The button combo is satisfying if you can get it right.
Alright, let's take these bitches out. You shoot, I'll drive.
Okay. Also, the good thing, if you actually manage to snipe cars from a distance on this mission, not like that. If you manage to snipe cars from a distance, Julius actually speeds up to the next set of cars. So it is actually worth it to do. Am I gonna snipe? Oh, that was so close to being a snipe. Wesley snipes. So you see, where I hit that car, Julius immediately speeds up to the next set of them. Very, very useful if you can get it. The only thing is, obviously, where I'm using console aim, it's not always easy. I usually just fire off a bunch of rockets in the hope that one hits. Like that. Nice.
Now let's finish off Price.
That's pretty good. Hey, Sonic Destiny. Cool. So how much respect do I have? I think from this point on in the run, I think I have 16 missions left. I'm unsure. I might have to double check that, but it's going to be roughly around that amount.
We don't got much time.
Oopsie daisy, I did not mean to double press Y. Unfortunately, we only have unlimited rockets when we've got an AI driver. That's the only time. Any other time, our rocket supply is limited, sadly. Ah, I didn't mean to run over that civilian. So this mission that I'm about to do is actually pretty difficult if I don't manage to... If I aim badly, this mission's going to be bad news bears. So I need to make sure that my aim is on point. Okay, the first bit is done. I managed to get a decent chunk of damage on the plane, which is good. Now I need to make sure that I kill this guy. And I kill that guy. Okay, now this bit, if I do this correctly, I will end the mission in what is essentially one cycle. Ah, I didn't quite get it.
Not bad, man. We gotta do a lot more damage than that.
And try and salvage it. Nah, I didn't quite get it. Didn't quite get it, which is a shame. It's a really cool glitch if you... Oh, not glitch. It's a really cool strat if you can pull it off. But it does require, like, really good aim, which is just... It's not quite... I mean, it's not like it's impossible. It's just... It's very difficult because your AI companion doesn't actually take a set path. So it's not like I can't, like, do a lineup as such. I can only just do a rough lineup, and yeah, didn't work. I managed to get one shot early in on the plane, but that's it. The reason why we're taking this vehicle, even though it's slow as balls, is because it's one of the cars that we can turn in for extra respect. I will need to be careful because I'm going to be running through this area when a gang war is occurring. Oops, Daisy. Well, that's just poor driving from me. Yeah, you can see these are all of the hitmen contracts that we get for... Oh, sorry, not the hitmen. This is all of the... Okay. They have a rocket launcher. Note to self. Also, shout out to my guy, just took a rocket to the face. Cool, that's those three dealt with. Just a few more. I need to be really careful that that doesn't blow up because it's a unique spawning vehicle. There's the last one. Cool. Yeah, unfortunately it loses time. Like, that's not a very good place to get a gang war because the enemies are very far apart.
Just keeps getting worse every day.
But it's not so bad. Like that I just ran over a civilian in direct view of a police officer and they didn't even give me a wanted star. Not even like a level 1 wanted star. Okay, that's that one dealt with. We can deliver one more. We can deliver one more car here, and hopefully we can kill this guy. That's some nice respect. Bucky, if you can kill Bucky, the hot dog man, he's one of the highest respect hitman targets that you can get. That's good. Live this Raycaster. Cool. Yeah, I think we're doing really strong. I think we're doing really strong for respect right now. Probably one of my best runs ever in terms of respect routing. The actual run itself is kind of not that good, but same, Judge. Same. I should get a hot dog suit for my next in-person marathon run of this game. Kind of a boring mission, in my opinion. Like, nothing really challenging about the combat there, but... Okay, let's have a little look-see. The next mission, or the next gang territory that I'm going to have to take over is, again, it's one of those missions where it's a wave-based defense section. But the difficulty is, again, kind of whack. It's not difficult at all. You barely even have to pay attention. Like I said, I think it's a big miss. It's a big miss that this game had. Like it says, hold on to this position for 3 minutes. And it's just like... In terms of like the actual enemies that you fight, like there's barely any of them. At least we get to listen to some drum and bass, I guess. How much respect do I have? I have 10 respect, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I don't need any more respect. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I've fulfilled my endgame respect quota. So that's nice. That might actually save us some time later on. Just as a heads up for any organizers watching, this is actually not that bad of a run. My estimate was quite high because this game can really mess you over. But I'm probably going to be like 20 minutes underestimate here. So you might want to either let the next person know, or you can fill for time, I suppose. If you want, if there's lots of time after the run, to fill some time, I can do like a small, not like a proper glitch exhibition, because I don't have it all set up, but I can do 1 or 2 glitches which are quite funny. Oh hey, it's a drink on the floor. Oh, I'm dying. Whoops, I wasn't paying attention. Whoopsie daisy. You can kind of see what I'm saying though in terms of like the whole difficulty thing, right? Like, I'm not really being challenged by this cop's got no weapons. It's like every 10 or 15 seconds they send in a car. I'm gonna die, aren't I? I'm gonna die right at the end. Okay, not quite. Not quite. Almost though. I almost talked too much shit. Okay. Now we are going to blow ourselves up. The small death warp. Hello, minigun me. Minigummy. Hello, Watcher. I'm gonna steal this halberd because I like halberds.
Who are you? I work hard for this money. Pedestrians have the right of way.
I got a little bit confused there with the HUD, but I think it's all good.
Ice Kings are gonna take the fall. We gotta make sure that whatever we do is caught on tape.
Yeah, I've got a lot more respect here than I usually do, just because our Hitman contract stuff has always been has been really strong this run, which I think means I probably will get a best split this split, because I won't need to take tags. I don't think. Dude, I'm looking at my second monitor and not at the actual game. One thing we are going to do is take a small detour over here. Our car's going to disappear, apparently. Did it hit? It did not hit. Are you kidding me? There we go. I'm a little bit annoyed that that didn't hit, to be honest. I feel like that was a pretty good grenade throw. Yeah, Hitman contracts are... to be fair, there is some level of manipulation you can do. In the sense that... as sort of like a lag, you know, to help the game, to optimize the game, the game only spawns in certain pools of enemies. Sorry, only like certain pools of civilians will only ever be loaded in at a certain time. So if a certain pool is loaded in, you can sort of know that you can sort of know which ones are going to be spawned in, and if that's the case, you can then look at your minimap and just see if there's like any active bounties near where you are. So there is a small amount of manipulation. Also the fact that
Let's get started.
the fact that certain enemies will only spawn in certain areas anyway. Like if I'm in downtown, I know that that's where Richard that's where Richard would spawn. Or if I'm in the warehouse area, that's where Jose spawns, that kind of thing. There's, you know to look out for certain models in certain areas. But like right there, that's Dick. Dick is on our screen right now. We can't go and get Dick, sadly, because we're in the middle of a mission. But there's Dick again. Oh, that's another thing as well, is that even if you see a Hitman contract and you can't get it right away, or you don't notice it right away, there's a good chance that, again, as a memory saving mechanic, once a certain, this fucking thing is like in my car. Once a certain civilian is loaded into the pool, they are more likely to be in the pool, like, as you keep going. So, wait, did I not?
You okay to drive, man?
What's going on here? Did I not hit the marker?
Shit, man, watch where you're going.
I thought for sure that I hit the marker.
Yo, let's hit that ramp and knock.
Don't you fuck with the Vice Kings. Yeah, don't fuck with the Vice Kings.
Yo, one more thing. Let's find a bulldozer. There's something I'm just dying to do.
No, yeah, this is not remaster. This is just the base game. It looks as good as it does because it's being played on Series X, but also the first game had a little bit more stylization to the graphics, so it holds up a little bit better than the second game in terms of visuals, I think. The second game specifically has like a really awful filter laid over the top of it. And it really ages the game. It was like kind of the hot thing to do at the time for 360 games and like, well, not even just 360 games, but it was kind of the hot thing to do for games at the time. But it has aged them prematurely. Whereas I genuinely think this game looks better than Saints Row 2 ever does. Again, I just heard a civilian voice line, which I've never heard before.
I ain't seen a kid with that drive since Benjamin Kennedy.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3,
Okay, it
4,
looks like the cops
5,
been getting in
6,
on some of
7,
King's protection
8.
rackets.
Yeah, no, I think we're good.
Now that's why
We're good for respect. That's pretty nice. Yeah, sadly, not many people actually played this game. I mean, obviously, it sold decently, but most people didn't get to experience this game if they had a PS console or a Nintendo console, I suppose.
I mean, I pay for her every time we go out. So I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? I picked up the check at the firing range. And she goes on and on. Dinner this, flowers that. Fucking bullshit, right? Yeah, thanks for your advice, man. You're a big help. Okay, we're coming up on
Yeah, I mean, they're obviously they're more available now than I guess ever before with the Xbox backwards compatibility, but sadly no PC option. That's what really sucks, I think.
Get that bad boy ready. There's a meetup ahead. Man, we should do this every week. Hey, next time, I call dibs on the RPG.
Cool. So this mission is like pretty boring. Or, well, it's actually not that boring, but it's, you know, it's fairly static, not much can go wrong. There is one section which really can, there is one section which can really cause issues. There's an enemy with a rocket launcher later on, where it's quite, you have to kill them very quickly, because if you don't kill them, then they will kill you.
What do you say we crash their little meeting?
That was fucking sweet!
So this is the section coming up now, which is the bit that I mean with the enemy rocket launcher.
You ready to send a message to Monroe and King? This day just keeps getting better.
We got it.
Good shot, man.
Are we playing all? No, this is just that we're just having the first one at this marathon.
Forget before we give our last little present to the Vice Kings.
And yeah, the second game is getting a PC port. And we're pretty much home free right now. Nothing can really go wrong here at the end. Famous last words, maybe, but we're good. Okey-doke, let's go to the next mission. So, well, yeah, so it's been on PC, but the performance on PC, sorry, the PC port initially was outsourced, and if you've played it, it's terrible. Even with, there's a fan-made project, the Gentleman of the Row mod. Unfortunately, that doesn't work on everyone's systems, so that's not even like a fix-all thing. But they are working on actually doing it properly.
At a parking garage to discuss rigging games. Don't let any of them walk away from the meeting. No one fucks with my
Oh, did I not fucking hit that? Shit. Sucks. Yeah, there's stuff like I think the default PC port runs at 30 FPS. I don't know if it's changeable. You need the mod at least to do it at 60. Oh, that's not good. Okay, we're fine. Oh, I didn't hit it. Shit. My grenade aim has been pretty poor this entire run, actually. But yeah, hopefully there's been a lot of work put into it from the community side to make it run at 60 FPS nice and smoothly. Sadly, one of the main developers, or well, yeah, no, he worked for Volition. His title was like community developer, I think. But yeah, sadly he passed away, and he was sort of like the driving force behind the Saints Row 2 mod. That being said, in one of the last sort of updates he did on the internet, he did say that, he'd talked to Volition and they'd said that they are going to carry it on for him. Rest in peace. It's a truly really sad story, because like unfortunately I don't think he even got to see the like the most recent trailer for the Saints Row 5, like, because he wasn't just working on Saints Row 2 porting, he was also working on Saints Row 5, or what will be the Saints Row reboot, and obviously he didn't manage to see it released either. Yeah, it's good for the Gentleman of the Row mod for Saints Row 2. does actually fix it for quite a few people. And sadly, my machine is one of the machines that does, even with the Gentleman of the Row mod, the performance does not really improve at all. Very hardware specific kind of thing. Hello, Mark Devastation. Okay.
You need a cab, you got it.
So we're about to do the last 2 West Side Rollers missions. Oh no, sorry, not the last 2, the last 3. Last 3 West Side Rollers missions. I'm gonna take a taxi up here. Now, I don't like this mission very much because it's mostly fine, but the very last section is like a really difficult. You have to... They do give you a very fast car. In fact, they give you the fastest car in the game. But the bad thing is that that fast car has very little like HP. So it's very easy to blow up, and then they chuck a bunch of enemies at you right at the end. It's very easy to blow up here. Hopefully, we do not blow up. There we go. We're out of the first section. However, more enemies can spawn in, so I need to be wary. But yeah, this is a super fast car. It's the fastest car in the game. Super speedy.
This ain't cheap, buddy.
Okay, yeah, no, you can just ragdoll, that's fine. Thanks, game.
Some of the rollers have a court date coming up, and Sharp is throwing paper and pussy at the jury to get them off. Go to the apartment building where they're sequestered at, and dismiss some jurors.
This mission can get a little bit sketchy, because there's a lot of enemies with guns. And they are trying to shoot you. Don't like it when enemies try and shoot me. It is what it is. Oh, well, that didn't go too badly. It's pretty average as things go, honestly. I don't think I necessarily need to, but I am going to go and heal my car. Just in case. Because this is the last West Side Rollers mission which we're about to do. And it's very, very possible to die during it. Yeah, slightly slower, but it will be worth it. Of course, now if I ace the mission, it will look like a waste, but I think it's probably worth it. We've got to chase down This dude pull the cars off the back of his truck. I like to stay kind of far away just because the debris when the cars explode off the thing can knock your car off balance. You only need to destroy 4 of them. After you've destroyed 4 of them, he'll detach the cab. And then you can just wail on the cab at the front. Okay, that ended up being really good. So I probably didn't need to heal at all, but that's just the way it is. Do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do. Just the way it is. Oh. Actually, you know what? My car is kind of beat up at the moment. There's a possibility that it was still the right call. Like, my car's not smoking, but I think it's pretty close to smoking. I think it was probably the right thing to do. I love the handling. The handling on this car is so good. It's like, it's so fast, but so snappy. Good pressure. It looked cool. Get in the car, please. So I've got 2 respect. Is that enough to finish the game? Oh, I was not looking at the... I was looking at my splits. Ooh, yep. Oh, wait, no. I've miscalculated. I need an extra respect. Okay, are you shitting me? Fuck. That's not good. This is not intended. I hope King doesn't die. That's I don't want to add a second counter. But that has never happened before. Yeah, no, I miscalculated there quite badly. I've still got 1 more respect that I need. Mind you, I am really close to ticking over into my 3rd bar of respect. There's a chance that if I kill, because you get I think you get a couple of respect for killing 10 gang members. There's a chance that I get it just from doing them, just from killing a bunch of guys.
So you're the kid Julius sent, huh?
I don't think it's going to be enough. Dang it. Oh, I could have just played it safe and taken a tag. There's a tag nearby which I could have gotten. Never mind.
So long, Warren.
I'm just trying to think if there is a...
Now, you take me to Julius.
Is there a better tag that I could get here? Don't know. Oh, whoopsie daisy. I should probably probably be paying attention to the front of the car. That tends to be where you're driving. Okay, I'm officially out of ammo. It's not looking good, boys. Not looking good. Shoot people with my fists? I'll give it a shot.
One of the safe houses at the north
Oh, I don't know how I'm even going to do this. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm like completely out of ammo. Not very long, Ghosts. Not very long at all.
From the road. The problem with bearing the past is that you forget about it. You know what I'm saying? I bet Julius gave you the whole I don't care what flag the speech, didn't he? I wrote that shit years ago. And the motherfucker
You're about to hear, or you will soon hear, the best voice line in the game.
That bullshit. That was Warren's problem. That motherfucker never knew when to shut up and just listen. You know that even if you wipe out the Vice Kings, it ain't gonna be over, right? There's always someone looking to take what you have. Some punk wants to make a name for himself. Some girl you fucked and never called back.
I needed to run him over. It's the only way that I could have gotten any aggro. Oh, but unfortunately I talked over the best line in the game. No, I'm sorry. Dude, did they pop 2 of my tires? That is lame. Yeah, they did. And I hate when they pop tires. So frustrating. It becomes like a really big pain in the bum to drive. Yeah, it's my front 2 tires.
Okay, we got their attention. Time for the 5-0 to finish the job.
Need to make sure that I don't get too far ahead of them, he says, as he gets too far ahead of them. Wait, what? Oh, they got stuck on a pole, man. Come on. Are you actually shitting me? Turn. Please turn over. Please turn over. Drive? I'm trying to drive. Oh god, I really hope that my car can survive all this. I don't think my car's gonna survive this. Do I need King's car here? Okay, no, I don't.
I want to be your mayor. Let's hope our luck holds out.
Last year, Marshal Winslow rejected Police Chief Monroe's request for extra funding to outfit
That was slightly upsetting.
citing that puncture-proof vests and assault rifles should come secondary to developing non-lethal countermeasures. The result?
I am not
6 dead officers
happy.
I'm all the Richard Hughes. And with time left, I'm going
This is the last crew player. Let's finish this.
This job is dangerous. We don't need them to be going into harmful situations at a disadvantage.
Oh, I lost them again. What is going on? These Vice Kings are not following me very well at all.
Streets and safer schools. So when election day rolls around, ask yourself this question: what is my family's safety worth?
Hello, this is Stefan. You know me? Yes, of course you do. But now I am here to make your automobile more attractive.
Bro, what are they getting stuck on? They are not normally this bad. Like, they're not great. Okay. That was not a good mission. I think I lost about 2 minutes on that mission. And I am still hurting for, Wait, I didn't know Homie's getting the taxi with you. Okie doke.
You better get to Brighton for the Vice Kings take us out.
I got another gang call. That kind of sucks. Whereabouts is that? Okay. That doesn't usually happen. But in a way, that's actually good. Because at least it would be guaranteed respect. If I don't manage to get a respect level up here from killing gang members, I will get it from doing the gang war, so not the end of the world, I suppose. And I do get to kill a lot of gang members here. There is a chance that this just ticks me over to level 1 anyway. There we go. I actually managed to do it. I managed to tick over to level 1 just from killing gang members. That's okay. Try and snipe this dude. Nope. Second try is not too bad. Ah, I was too slow on that guy. Oh, I hit the lamppost. That's not good. One more car. Nice. Pretty fast. I'm actually just going to death warp here. Don't get knocked off the roof. That's never happened before. Oh, wait. That was the never happened before moment at ESA. Okay, let's go. This is the last gang mission in the game. So we've already taken over the Los Canales and the West Side Rollers. Just got the Vice Kings left.
If we want to get to Tanya, we got to get the code to the elevator. She
How
tells
are we gonna
everything
get
to
that?
her fashion consultant. He shouldn't be too hard to break.
Who is this guy?
Some Euro trash motherfucker named Stefan.
I hate him already.
This mission can actually be quite difficult. There is a chance that I can die, just because it's a... There's sort of like multiple parts to it, and both of them are very difficult to... Yeah, there's two parts. There's one part where you've got to escape the police, and then there's another part which is like an assault on a skyscraper. And both parts are very difficult because you can die very fast.
You keep pulling that dumb shit, you're gonna end up in jail or in the ground. Now you're gonna tell me what I wanna hear. You understand?
Yeah, like the longer that we hold this man, the higher our wanted level goes.
Well, Stefan also knows
And,
Tanya,
you know,
so you
if you're holding him for long enough, you get full max wanted level, and it's quite hard to escape max wanted level in this game because the cop AI when you're driving is actually pretty aggressive.
This makes me vibrate.
Wrong answer.
Tanya tells me nothing. I just love her shoes.
I'd talk if I were you. My arm's getting a little tired. Your bitch ass better stop
You and
talking
your
in
friend
third
with the
person
awful
or
hair
I'm
will
gonna
release
drop you on
Stefan at
principle.
once.
I'm
Please,
running out of
don't
patience,
hurt you. You're
Stefan.
nothing but a brute.
Tell me how to get to Tanya.
Oh, why do you hate the beautiful people?
Just tell me the code and I'll let you go.
Stefan has done nothing to you. If you let me go, I'll give you 5% off. Somebody help Stefan!
There we go. Not too bad, not too bad. That can go a lot faster if you... There's a glitch you can get called dialogue skip,
King, the only person in this
which makes all of his lines play over each other.
That's why I'm worried.
But sadly, we didn't get that. Okay, so this is the really hard section in terms of fighting. The enemies here are very aggro, and they've got very strong weapons. And I don't know if I've got any healing. I do not have any healing, so I need to be really careful. Yeah, I'm just gonna take this bit nice and slow. Oh, I've got no ammo. Oh, 2 for 1. One more. We're good. That's the last gang mission. Ooh. Unfortunately, we did get the second gang callback, pushback, which means that the game is not quite over yet. 3 more missions that we have to do for the Saints Row, and we need to take back... Oh, I have 2 Atraziones. Whatever. Okay, so I'm not actually familiar with this gang pushback very much. It doesn't happen often, so I don't know where these enemies are going to be. Looks like it's going to be a pretty simple one. Could definitely be worse. A lot of Saints in that area, so I'm going to have to hope that they deal with that last guy. Not look like they have dealt with that guy. I did not call correctly. Okay. Oh, no. That. So that's the first bit of the game done. Now we need to do this is essentially like the epilogue. 3 missions, they're pretty quick. Probably take me about 6 minutes-ish. 7 minutes, just as a heads up for the organizers, schedulers. This run kind of went a lot worse. Oh, sneeze dab, sorry. I didn't expect that. It came out of nowhere. There's nothing I could have done.
This is Chief Monroe. If you want Julius back, listen to what I've got to say. Now that stunt you pulled downtown with a rocket launcher
Thank you,
cost my
Judge.
associates and I quite a bit of money. Now, I may not be an honest man, but I'm a fair one. So rather than turn Saints Row into a parking lot, I'm gonna let you work off what you owe me. There's a mayoral campaign going on, and I want one of the candidates taken off the ballot. Marshall Winslow.
As a bright side, having a Atrazoni for this mission is nice. Why did my car explode? Why is my car tipped over? I'm so sad. I was literally just saying how nice it was to have a nice fast car.
Julius is counting on you.
I'm so sad. Yeah, I mean, literally the moment that I said it, it was lights out. I have no idea. There was like an explosion, but I don't know what caused it.
This man brings his Crica di Umberto to Stillwater. Ask no questions, just purchase your tickets, and you can thank me later. Jazz drummer par excellence, Umberto Pagnini.
No. Okay. Okay, that's not good. That's a couple of minutes wasted.
This is Chief Monroe.
Hey, we get our car back.
Julius back. Listen
I missed this car so much
Now that stunt you pulled downtown
that I wanted to reset the mission just so I could have it again.
Now, I may not be an honest man, but I'm a fair one. So rather than turn Saints Row into a parking lot.
Okay, well, at least I'm going to be closer to the estimate, so that's
There's
nice.
a mayoral campaign going on, and I want one of the candidates taken off the ballot. Marshall Winslow is in his campaign bus right now, and he has an appointment with the Northbound. Park that bus on the train tracks tonight, or you'll find Julius's body floating in the river tomorrow. Don't disappoint me. Julius is counting on you.
Okay. Let's try that again. I have no idea why, but the bus driver survived a rocket to the face, which he doesn't usually do that. Usually he just dies. I'm a little bit confused as to how that happened. There we go. That's what's meant to happen. Oh god, I thought the game crashed. I thought the game was about to crash. Oh dear lord, that would not be fun. Right at the end of the run. Yeah, this game has a fairly high crash rate. Not like super high, it doesn't happen. I wouldn't say it happens often, but I've probably crashed a good, 10, 20 times playing this game. It can happen, for sure. I shouldn't be using rocket ammo, actually. That's dumb of me. Okay, just 2 more missions.
All right, there's a cab in your area on
About
its way.
5 minutes-ish left of the run. The last 2 missions are basically the same thing. Oh, sorry. When I say basically the same thing, I mean they're counted as 2 missions, but they're basically the same one. There's essentially just 1 more mission left. Let's hope that we can get a fast car. Oh, I don't mind this car.
Alright, let's get going. Johnny's gonna meet us there. Feel good. We only get 1 chance at this, so we can't fuck this up. Once we hit Monroe, we better get out of there quick. The last thing we want is to make a big scene.
I'll be honest, this entire run I have been quite nervous, just because I didn't honestly expect the game to get in, because I've not been practicing the game a whole bunch, and I didn't even have that much time to practice. I didn't have that much time to practice. Like just before the marathon, but it's gone okay. Could definitely be worse.
Johnny's set up across the street.
Yeah, it would be nice to have extra rocket ammo here.
Now let's get to the roof before the mourners roll by. Take this. When the funeral procession comes into view, take out Monroe. He'll be the one in the cop car.
You know, I always said you'd amount to something.
Yeah, we're gonna have to use grenades here, which is a little bit unoptimal, but especially when one lands on your head. Another one almost landed on my head. Dodging raining cars out here. Where is Dex? Oh, he's dead. Dex, could you not? Thanks. It's raining cars. Hallelujah. Dude, I don't know why the FBI is so aggro in this game. Very frustrating to try and drive against the FBI. Just leave me alone. There's a chance that my car blows up here and I have to restart the mission. If this car starts black smoking, I'm just gonna ditch it. I'm not gonna have a chance. Oh, this game, dude. This run is not so good. Oh, Dex is on fire again. Here we go. Just get in here, get in here, get in here. Hey.
They'll be scooping Monroe up for weeks.
Hello there, young man.
There we go.
This is Alderman Hughes.
So that's pretty much the game. I hope you guys had a good time. I definitely did. It was very fun. Definitely not my best run ever. But it was fun. I had a good time. If you want to check out my channel, you can just go to twitch.tv/Joe. That's me. Yeah. Hope you guys had a good time. Shots fired is awesome. This is like my third shots fired run, I think. I've done Small Soldiers, Futurama, and now this. Every time has been fantastic. So thank you guys for having me. And I will see you all whenever I see you next. Cheers. Stick around for the other runs. They're going to be good. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.